Hey, Pardon My Take listeners, you can find every episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Prime members can listen ad-free on Amazon Music. On today's Pardon My Take, Week 10 of the NFL season. Recap every single game, fastest 2 minutes, some spirited debate. What's wrong with Drew Brees? Ribs? Shoulder? Are the Giants good? We have all of it ready to go. Also, Doug Peterson's beef stew is getting extra sloppy. We have all of that and more. We got Masters Talk. We got Who's Back of the Week. We've got Football Guy of the Week. It's all coming up. It's a Monday in the fall of Pardon My Take. Pardon My Take is always brought to you by our friends at the Cash App. Not only is it the easiest place to send money to your friends, it's the safest. Go right now. You can download it. You can link it directly to your bank account. It's super easy to use. And Hank and PFT and maybe me, we're playing the game Among Us on Friday. Friday, we're going to hop on to Cash App's Twitch channel, play Among Us with 10 of the best Among Us players in the world, including Trainwreck. That's one of the best. And we're doing it for good cause and raising money for the ASPCA. Any donations can be sent to our cash tag. Cash tag is Pardon My Take, so that's the cash symbol, Pardon My Take. And the best part is the Cash App is going to be giving away money in that chat to the AWL, so get your cash tag ready and tune in to twitch.tv/Cash App. If you want free money, you have to have the Cash App. They're giving away money on Friday on their Twitch channel while we play games, twitch.tv/Cash App. And, of course, when you download the Cash App and enter the referral code Barstool, you'll get $10 for free, $10 to the ASPCA, all when you download and use the Cash App. Check it out on Friday, twitch.tv/Cash App, and download the Cash App today and get involved with the Cash App from the App Store, Google Play Store, so that you can get some free money and watch us play Among Us. Okay, let's go.
It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.
Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by the Cash App. Go download it right now. Use code Barstool. You get $10 for free, $10 to the ASPCA. Today is Monday, November 16th, week 10. What? We start in the swamps of New Jersey, where Boston the Sauce Scott turned up field and tripped into the end zone. Carson Wentz's Diana had tunnel vision.
Too soon, boom.
And Daniel Indiana Jones scrambled as if a boulder was on his heels. New York may have a deal with the devil, getting back into the NFC East race as Darius Hale Slayton and the G-Men are just a half game out of first at 3-7. Huh? Giants 27, Eagles 17.
To the frozen tundra, where Jake Vladimir Luton spent more time complaining about passing interference than Russian interference. The tank continues for Jacksonville as Marquez Exxon Valdez-Scantling spilled into the end zone on a 78-yard touchdown pass. A win is a win as David back. Chiari and the Packers move to 7-2. The Green Bay Packers 24, the Jacksonville Jaguars 20.
In Carolina, where Teddy Bridgewater those had the Panthers trying to sneak in an underdog win, JPP used all 7 of his fingers for an interception, and he'll be rating the game film a full 1.5 thumbs up.
That's out of 1.5, boom.
DJ Morgan Trail survived a broken wheel route and horse cholera, but the Panthers cocked the wagon, and this season looks sunk. Rob Gronkowski skeet motherfuckers was catching balls from the windows to the wall till the sweat drips off Ryan Jensen's balls. All you bitches crawl. Bucs 46, Panthers 23.
To Cleveland, where the weather was pretty chill, also known as the Blake effect. A Cleveland win was a sure lock as my dear Watson played elementary. Kareem Hunter S. Thompson was gonzo with a mind-blowing game out of the shotgun, rushing for 104 yards, and they call him Dick Chubb because he fucked over the Browns bettors when he chose to step out of bounds on the last play of the game. The Browns 10, the Texans 7.
Some spread in Detroit, where Terry the Cable Guy McLaurin almost got her done, and somehow this game was on TV, even though neither of these teams are Fox-worthy. They Call Me Prater Salad won this game for the Honolulu Blue Collar Comedy Tour. And on the other side of the ball, Antonio Mel Gibson played with a brave heart, disemboweling the Lions defense for 2 scores. But it wasn't enough for the football team as they fall to 2-7. Lions 30, Washington football team 27.
In Miami, where we were expecting a lot of handoffs from Justin to Kelly, but the real American Idol was Every Kiss Begins with Kalen Ballage, who threw his hat in the ring and asked for a handoff in marriage. The Dolphins offense disturbed the Chargers defense as threw 2 touchdowns with a sickness. Salvin Cool Clock Ahmed want to bring that touchdown ball to the White House as the Chargers continue to bomb. Dolphins 29, the Chargers 21.
Down to the desert where Cole Pam Beasley, the receptionist, was pretty fly for a Dwight guy as the Bills get beat in a shootout. Buffalo Bill O'Brien really wishing the Texans never traded DeAndre Anthony Hopkins as a wide receiver. Ate the Bills' liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. In a touching tribute to my good friend the Pope, the Arizona conclave of Cardinals smashed that like button when it looked like they wanted a spanking. Cardinals 32, Bills 30.
In Las Vegas, where Jerry, hey Judy, don't make it bad. Take a sad team, lose to the Raiders. Remember to let you lock into your heart, then he will start to throw it better. Truth or Darren Waller asked Derek Carr, do you like me? Like me? Like more than a friend? And Devontae Corey Booker scored 2 touchdowns in his new jersey. And the life of the Broncos season was sucked out of them like Devontae Devin Booker in a hotel room with his teammates. And the Raiders got ahead in the playoff race. The Raiders 37, the Broncos 12.
You're gonna die, Boom. You're gonna die doing that.
Every man dies, not every man truly growls.
Standing on a corner, Jameis Winston down in Nola. Drew Brees is breaking his ribs. Well, Jameis is doing the... We didn't do this right. Yeah.
Soft
What do we... Maybe I wrote this wrong?
Hang on, let's see.
Hold on, we got to do this again.
Jameis Winston down low.
Should we stop this video?
Okay. You left out such a fine sight to see.
Such a fun sight.
Drew Brees is breaking his ribs while Jameis doing the twist, fresh off LASIK surgery. I just forgot
to write down such a fine sight to see. All right, ready? We can do it. We can do it a cappella. Ready?
We're gonna go.
Yeah, let's do it a cappella.
Raw dog?
Yeah, we got it. We got this. Ready?
Standing on a corner, Jameis Winston down in Nola. Such a fine sight to see. Drew Brees breaking his ribs while Jameis doing the twist. Fresh off LASIK surgery. Niners are losers. Stay out of Ubers. And away from college girls. Better stick to Cougars.
Saints go marching.
All right, that is week 10. That was the fastest 2 minutes in sports presented by Whoop. Fitness membership service that provides 24/7 personalized insight that makes it the perfect tool to help you train for whatever you have going on in your life. We recorded this segment using the Whoop live feature in the app, so check out our Instagram to see one of the many what many say Whoop gives members features. I'm going to read that again. Holy shit. So check out our Instagram to see one of the many ways Whoop gives members features to help them better understand their bodies. You can see our heart rate go up and down while we do that. If you don't have a Whoop, check it out with code TAKE. You get 15% off. Go to Whoop, WHOOP.com. Enter code TAKE at checkout to save 15% off. Sleep better, recover faster, train smarter with Whoop. It's awesome. We very much recommend it. We're all wearing them. Go right now to whoop.com and check it out with code TAKE. Okay, week 10 in the books. the Ravens are frauds.
Confirmed.
Well, they fought a monsoon, but so did the Patriots.
They did. They both had to play in the same weather. It did get me thinking, would it be illegal for the Patriots to install a weather machine or some sort of cloud seeding operation? Like, is it actually against the NFL rules if you just had a giant sprinkler system that you installed outside of your stadium and just shot water into the sky?
It looked like it. It looked like it during that game. This is just Belichick doing the Jacoby Myers, Julian Edelman impression was just so vintage Belichick. And I don't know what to say about the Ravens. I think Ravens fans are probably freaking out right now. Yeah, they have a ton of injuries, but I don't know. You're a better team than the Patriots as of right now. Like, the Patriots have struggled this year. They had to do everything in the world to make sure they won that game against the Jets on Monday Night Football, and they come back and they kind of just ran it down their throat. But they did the Ravens to the Ravens.
It was a classic Belichick game where he knew it's actually very easy for Belichick to game plan against the Ravens, I think, because he knows what they're going to do. Like, he knows exactly how to take away some of their strengths on offense. And then, they dipped into their bag of tricks a little bit. I read that Julian Edelman has actually been working with the Patriots on how to teach their wide receivers to throw passes.
Perfect.
So that's a nice little fun wrinkle. Also, in the article that I read about that, they made sure to mention that Julian Edelman is coming back from a standard precautionary exploratory knee procedure.
Just a little cleanup.
Which was a cleanup. But Hank, you have to be feeling pretty good. Like, season back on?
Season very much back on. I'm looking at it now. It's like, couple. They could have beat the Seahawks. They could have beat the Bills. They could be 6-3 right now instead of 4-5.
Well,
Only 2 games back.
That's not going to help them
Dolphins.
at the end. But yeah.
No, but as the team overall, as a team, they are better than their record.
You are what your record says.
You are what your record says you are.
Okay, then the Giants.
They are what the
right now.
Almost in first
about
place
to be in
the
first
NFC
place
East.
in the NFC East. Correct.
So you're all in? You think that the Patriots are going to make
You're
the
all
playoffs?
the way back in.
Have never wavered from the Patriots making the playoffs, and I still think that.
There wasn't one moment?
No. I remember last week I was like, is it crazy that I still think the Patriots are going to make the playoffs?
Yeah, I guess you did say that. It is crazy that they, if you're looking at the stats, they did out-Raven the Ravens.
Yeah.
Damian Harris, they ran the ball down the Ravens' throat. When you thought going into this game the Ravens would be able to do that to the Patriots because the Patriots' defense looks terrible, and then they, able to make enough plays and make Lamar Jackson make enough plays, which that one scramble was insane when he just had 1 million seconds to throw and then scrambled. But still, I don't know what the Ravens are now.
The one thing we can be sure of out of this game is that Damian Harris is so good at running back for the Patriots that I'm sure he will be completely out of the game plan within 5 weeks. Mm-hmm. The Patriots, they find guys that are destined to be like
Gray.
Their next superstar, and then I'm sure Sony Michel will come back and 3 weeks from now, Sony Michel will have 17 carries for 160 yards in a game, and we'll all have forgotten about Damian Harris. Maybe not. Damian Harris is good, but for whatever reason, they just never find. The Patriots have never had a guy in their backfield that they just stick with week in and week out since Corey Dillon.
Yeah, Matthew Berry's just
Lawrence Maroney
cursing,
for 1 year.
Cursing at the clouds. You are right, Hank. I'm looking at it right now. The bottom out was obviously the 49ers game, which was abysmal. But they played the Bills tough. They covered that spread. They played the Chiefs toughish without Cam Newton. The Broncos game was weird as well. They shouldn't have lost that one. But their schedule, I don't know. It is...
End of the year, they have the Bills and the Dolphins and the Rams.
But the Bills and the Dolphins are not the Bills and the Dolphins anymore.
I know, but for this season, those games are going to be the season.
I actually would say the season is going to be as long as you don't slip up. If you can go 2-1 in the Cardinals, Chargers, Rams trip, those 3 games you got to go 2-1, and that might be that's a tough 3 games. Because, the Rams are very good, the Cardinals are good, and the Chargers, who the fuck knows with the Chargers. So I would say that the season probably comes down to that before the Dolphins, Bills, and Jets. Mm-hmm. Either way, I don't know what the Ravens do. They're just
I think their defense is a lot different when they don't have Calais Campbell.
Right, but it also goes back to what we were talking about on Friday when Lamar Jackson said, oh yeah, Greg Roman's offense, the defense is calling out plays and they're missing guys on the offensive line, and it doesn't look the same as last year, but that's kind of what happened with Kaepernick's offense and Greg Roman in San Francisco. It was awesome. It was new. It was revolutionary. and then it slowed down a little bit.
There are only so many wrinkles you can put into that offense.
Right.
For sure.
So
I also think, just the whole chaotic situation of the weather tonight definitely favored the Patriots. Bill Belichick.
Really?
Looking,
though?
Yeah.
Because you can run the ball if you're the Ravens. You should be able to run the ball if you're the Ravens.
When Belichick starts looking like he's on the deadliest catch on the sidelines, that's when you know that the more uncomfortable he feels, he can put that out of his own head and be like, the more uncomfortable I feel, I know the other guy feels way more uncomfortable.
Yeah, I get that. I still feel like the Ravens should be able to run the ball. Maybe I'm thinking of last year's Ravens.
Tough weekend for Harbaugh's.
Yes, very tough weekend for Harbaugh's. Also, we should at least mention our guy Tommy Lasorda. Hopefully, he gets better.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the hospital. He'll be okay. We think.
Yes,
hopefully.
2020
maybe
just end already.
Yeah, fuck you, 2020. Fuck you. Okay, let's get to the rest of the slate. Patriots are back, Hank. Congratulations. Did you take a money line?
I did.
That a boy.
Bailout special.
That's fucking
Hank's back.
beautiful. Well, you responsible gambling, so no bailout.
Correct.
Right. Let's get to the rest of the games. Week 10, the weird 5-6, whatever. I'm over it.
It was unusual.
It was unusual.
You know what it felt like? It was like my body had a full another week of daylight savings time when I wasn't sure what time it was all day today because there was football on every single TV.
I was trying to figure out what my body was going through when we were watching the 1 o'clock games, and it didn't feel like it was ramped up. And I finally, halfway through it, I realized it, and I said it to you. It felt like in Week 17 when they do all the games that have playoff implications at 4:15 and all the games that don't at 1 o'clock. So it felt like, because we knew we had Rams and Seahawks, and we knew we had Cardinals and Bills, and we knew we had all these games coming, and we're like, all right, let's just get rid of this slate, which wasn't great, but whatever. It had a couple moments, but we'll hop into it. So it's Texans-Browns was the first game, which was kind of perfect because we were having 5 games early, and then this one got delayed.
It was delayed 40 minutes, but I feel like it was over before all the other ones, and that's just because the Browns basically said, we're going to put our balls in your throat, and we're just going to hand the ball off a million times, because it was like a hurricane. Did you see the videos inside the stadium?
It was crazy.
It was like a hurricane before the game even kicked off.
So my take is, I think if you're a Browns fan, now it's been ugly, and they're sitting, 6-3 now? 6-3, I think?
6-3.
6-3. A game that they kind of had to win, even though it's not a must-win, but it was kind of a must-win. But I think if you're a Browns fan, you're sitting here on Monday and being like, I think God is a Browns fan now. Because God, who decides the weather, obviously, keeps doing the worst possible weather in Cleveland on game days and forcing the Browns to run the football.
Yes.
God is literally your best offensive coordinator. He's saying, do not throw it a million times. Run the rock, run the rock, run the rock. You have Wyatt Teller back. You have Nick Chubb back. Run the ball down their throats and do it again. And they did that in the second half, and they won.
Yeah, Hugh Jackson, if he was a better Christian, I think God would have stepped in and intervened a couple years ago and been like, hey, I know you keep looking for ways to hand the ball off to Nick Chubb more often. How about we just play every game in like a torrential downpour of sleet with like lightning hitting the
sideways
end zones.
Rain.
Yeah. But
rail.
The Browns are kind of built to win ugly.
Yes.
They are the old school, like, exotic smash mouth team that the Titans wanted to be a few years ago. If they have Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb just getting fed the ball the entire game, they're going to be able to put up yards. They both had over 100 yards rushing.
Yep, and remember I said on Friday, since Wyatt Teller, their guard, who's one of the best guards in the NFL, and Nick Chubb went out, they have not been able to run the ball. And they didn't have a rushing touchdown in the 4 games that they were out. They had a rushing touchdown in this game, which basically was the win because it was a 10-7 game. And then a special fuck you to Nick Chubb on behalf of anyone who took the Browns -3.5, -4, -4.5, somewhere around there. For him to go out of bounds, I don't know what it is about Georgia running backs in late game situations. He didn't really have to do that.
Well, if he was going to go
10,
down, you might as well take a knee and go down inbounds and keep the clock running.
Teasing everyone.
The way that he went out of bounds, he was like, I'm trying to do the right thing. And it is the most Nick Chubb move ever because he really doesn't ever talk or say anything to get recognition. So he's getting all the recognition for doing something that most players would not do. They'd rather get the touchdown to get the recognition. He's actually getting talked about more for not scoring that touchdown.
Right. So that was a all-time bad beat for, well, I don't know. We'll get to the other bad beat. This wasn't a really bad beat because you don't expect them to score a touchdown there and cover the spread. It was always kind of a close game. It was always a shitty game. But the fact that he just stepped out of bounds there, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. Just go in. Go in for everyone. Go in for America. And I know he said, yeah, like I did it for my teammates. I don't care about stats. I don't care about this. I care about winning. Well, you should care because guess what? The people that sit at home and watch and probably bet, everyone in Cleveland bets on the Browns, you ruined their day.
I would like to see more Cleveland fans kind of stepping up into the weather. Like, you know that if this weather was happening in Buffalo, everybody that would be in the stands would have their shirts off.
Mm-hmm.
They would like embrace and being like, yeah, you know what? We're tougher than this weather. Look at me. Here are my nipples. They're out. They're rock solid. In Cleveland, everyone they put on their like Carhartt and they get doubly bundled up for the games. They don't choose to like kind of show off how tough they are in the cold weather. But that's Browns fans. I think that maybe you get a couple more wins under the belt. They'll start to get a little more cocky. But I am hoping that this trend continues in Cleveland where it's just the grayest days ever.
Yeah, God is on your side. God is your offensive coordinator.
To get more gray than Cleveland has been in their last 2 home games.
Yeah, I mean, you basically, the weather is saying, hey, let's both teams play with one hand behind our back. Guess what? We're better with one hand behind our back because when we use 2 hands, we're the Browns. We punch ourselves in the face. Mm-hmm. That's really what it's coming down to.
Exactly. And Baker, I've noticed, I think he wears 3 flat jackets underneath his shoulder pads because they go out at like a 90-degree angle on his chest. It looks like he's wearing like a push-up bra on his flak jacket. That thing is so huge.
It's Baker and Cam Newton all-time flak jacket.
Yep.
Yeah, all-team flak jacket. I think they just get used to it and they're like, you know what, I like this. I feel like I'm wearing Kevlar.
Yeah, exactly. You feel like you're invincible when you're playing.
And also if you're going to run the ball, what do you need? I mean, you don't really need a flak jacket to, you know, like it probably hampers your throwing a little bit.
Right.
But if you're going to run it all game, it doesn't really matter.
So
but
the Browns are in good shape. The problem is the Raiders are going to be there at the end too. If you look at their schedule, like both those teams could go 10-6.
It's Raiders, Titans, Browns, Dolphins, all going to be fighting for that last spot. I think I'm forgetting one. I think I might be forgetting a team.
It would be
the Ravens too, maybe. And yeah, so
it's going to be the Titans, the Browns, the Raiders, and the Dolphins that are all angling for that last wild card.
Yeah,
probably.
It's going to be very, very interesting. So, and then for the Texans, I don't have anything left for them.
No.
Just end the season. They're in an official just end the season mode.
Well, let me ask you this. And
you said Raiders?
Raiders, yeah.
I'm sure we'll get to the
Jay, can you put your glasses on,
the
please?
Nuke Hopkins catch in a little bit.
I
But
don't trust you without your glasses
if
on.
you're the Texans, hypothetically, would you rather have Bill O'Brien and DeAndre Hopkins, or would you rather have no DeAndre Hopkins and no Bill O'Brien moving forward?
I'd rather have Bill O'Brien and DeAndre Hopkins.
You'd rather keep Bill O'Brien around.
Well, I wouldn't say those don't necessarily go together.
In this hypothetical, they do.
In this hypothetical, I think I'd still want DeAndre Hopkins.
I think I'm okay with it if I'm a Texans fan, being like, you know what, we had to get rid of the best wide receiver.
That's
in the
not
NFL
how it works.
To get rid of the worst general manager.
Are
in the
you
NFL.
a Texans fan?
Oh, I'm not a Texans fan.
That is the biggest barging spin zone I've ever
retroactively,
heard.
yes.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Sometimes you got to cut off your nose to spite your face.
No.
You got to cut off your chin to get rid of your shitty coach.
I think you could actually make the argument you should have fired Bill O'Brien last year.
Well,
and
yeah.
You wouldn't have had to trade DeAndre Hopkins.
Well, yes, in a realistic scenario, that's probably the outcome that you should have hoped for.
Just not be idiots.
But sometimes, you know this, Big Cat, you're a Bears fan. You've dealt with heartbreak before. You have to go back and spin zone yourself and convince yourself that maybe it's not all bad.
No, that's not the spin zone I would use. If I were a Texans fan, I would just be like, well, the Rockets look like they're keeping things together. Oh, wait, no.
No.
Well, the Astros haven't cheated.
No. At least we're not the Cowboys.
Yeah.
That's the spin zone.
No
that you go
snow
with.
in the winter.
Uh-huh.
We just got to, no snow.
We still have J.J. Watt.
Yeah. All right. Washington football team, Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Weird game because
it's the Lions.
It's the Lions, and the Lions somehow gave up a 21-point lead to an Alex Smith offense, which is almost impossible given like what Alex Smith is as a quarterback. By the way, he had career high completions, attempts, and yards today, which is crazy. But I just wonder, like, what does Matt Patricia do?
Matt Patricia is a defensive specialist.
He's defense.
He won this game.
He won the Super Bowl.
He won. Yeah, he won the Super Bowl for sure. But he won this game, and he actually coaches a very entertaining brand of football. I don't know what brand of football it is.
Well, he doesn't coach
but
the
he
defense.
coaches in very entertaining games. In fact, like if you're making just a power ranking of teams whose games will be interesting to watch, you have to have the Lions on the list. It's probably like the Chiefs, obviously, in a good way, but I would put like the Chiefs, the Lions, the Falcons, and the Chargers as like the funnest teams to watch in the NFL, knowing that some crazy shit's going to happen. You'll
Like a
see
21-point lead.
some sort of heartbreak occur to the Lions franchise. But honestly, like this game should have gone to overtime. Chase Young gave it away. He admitted, like, I made a rookie mistake because he had that roughing the passer call, which it's always a little concerning right after game when a rookie says that was just a rookie mistake. Like,
Right.
I can tell already that I wouldn't have done that next year.
Yeah, 2 years from now, no chance.
Not going to do that. But today, I had no problem with hitting Matt Stafford like 3 seconds after he released the ball. But, overall, I'd say this worked out pretty well for the Washington football team. We didn't win. So either way, if we had won, then we would have been in striking distance of the NFC East. And now that we lost, we're in striking distance of Justin Fields. So I'm happy either way.
And it was first half, it was how the hell have the Washington football team only scored 3 points against this Detroit Lions defense? And then the second half is like, oh, here's the Detroit Lions defense. They showed up. They arrived at the game. I also don't understand. DeAndre Swift got his first start. Turns out he's good, which you drafted him because you thought he was good. And then you didn't feature him until week 10. Again, what does Matt Patricia do?
He realized,
what does he do as a job?
He finally realized that Adrian Peterson was like 40 years old.
Like, DeAndre Swift was really good in this game. And why is this his first start? Maybe you could make the argument, the true football guy argument of, well, he was struggling with blitz pickups and he wasn't, But when has it ever been a priority for the Detroit Lions to protect Matthew Stafford's health?
Yeah, never.
They literally don't even have that on like the list of things to do.
I don't think you can make that argument with him. Like he's not on the. He doesn't know all the audibles just yet. He cuts off routes.
Yeah,
that's probably the most honest assessment that you can make to like prevent him from starting at this point. But yeah, he's good. The Lions defense, to be fair to them, they didn't really give up that last drive to Alex Smith where they drove down the field and they ended up kicking a field goal to tie it with 15 seconds left. It was the most head-scratching drive that I've ever seen to tie a football game because I felt like Alex Smith didn't really complete a single pass on that drive. It was just like
penalties,
defensive holding, pass interference. It was one of those plays or one of those series of plays where every single time a pass fell incomplete, you just stared at the screen because you knew that red little flag was going to pop, or the yellow little flag was going to pop up in the middle.
It was a Buffalo Wild Wings drive.
Yes.
Those drives where you're just like, we don't actually have to complete any passes. We just know that someone in a bar in the middle of the country is hitting a lever that keeps this game going. All right, so that was Washington football team Lions.
We should credit Matt Prater because I didn't realize how good Matt Prater is in clutch situations, he
sucks this year, but that was an incredible kick.
It's crazy that one of the clutchest kickers of all time plays for the Detroit Lions. That doesn't add up, but he's 22 for 22 on game-tying or go-ahead field goals in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes or less left.
Yeah, no, he's a very good kicker. There has been moments this year where you're like, he's washed up because he's missed, I think, a decent amount of kicks for him this year. So I was shocked that he was going to hit that, but credit to him.
Also, Alex Smith is just going to set a record for the most heartwarming games. Yeah, every single time that he plays, there's something heartwarming that happens.
I have someone who's very mad at Alex Smith. We'll get to it later.
Okay. Ben Roethlisberger.
Yes.
Because Alex
time.
Smith is taking away his comeback player of the year.
He might kill him.
Yes.
He might kill him. All right, Jaguars, Packers. Jaguars stuck around a little bit. So I don't know where to start. I actually have a really weird theory that there are no facts behind this, but I'm just going to throw it out there and you just tell me if it's stupid, which it is.
Okay.
I think no fans makes the stadiums windier.
Okay, because there's fewer bodies
to catch the wind,
to intercept and
wind.
Block off the wind.
I feel like wind has been happening more, and like this game was very windy and weird. I think the amount of people, I think no fans, more wind.
Okay,
watch out for it.
It makes sense because if you watch like a zombie movie where the main character walks into an abandoned city, it's windy as shit. No one is living there walking around. It's always like, plastic bags blowing down the street, and that symbolizes how emptied out that town is.
Right.
I think that you're right. I think the fewer people are around. Although, on the other hand, if you're in Green Bay and you've got a bunch of people in the stands, they're all like burping and farting, which creates natural wind.
That's true. So I think that the wind was obviously a factor in this game. There's nothing I really learned. Like Matt LaFleur actually admitted after the game that the Packers came out very flat.
It was a classic Aaron Rodgers, no sense of urgency game.
Right. And I actually respect Matt LaFleur for saying that. Like, hey, we just came out very, very flat in this game. But the Packers still, they can't, like, the Jaguars are starting a guy who's a 6th-round draft pick, his second start in the league, and they're going to have to run the ball, and they still were able to run the ball. So, I obviously I'm biased. Packer fans will get mad, but they can't stop the run when they need to stop the run.
Well, it's kind of crazy.
James Robinson, shout out Mike Florio, had 109 yards.
Yeah, the people that are the teams that are leading each conference are probably not the best teams in each conference. Like the Steelers, they're 8-0. The Steelers might go undefeated. Who knows? They might win, or they might lose 1 or 2 games. And then the Packers are 7-2 at the top of the NFC. I don't think either one of those teams is the best team in that conference.
Right. No, I agree. We should talk.
I don't really know who's the best team in the NFC.
The NFC's an absolute shit show. I would
really
probably
don't
actually
know.
say maybe the Bucs. We'll get to them in a minute, but maybe the Bucs.
Yeah.
Because the NFC is just every single week it changes. Every single week we get a new team that we think is good. I also, coming away from this game, if I were a GM for an NFL franchise, I think I would draft a punter first overall.
Okay.
Because these punters, like, when Johnny Hecker does his thing
You should
for the
be
Rams
with the Raiders. That's like their mantra.
And Logan Cook was the punter for the Jaguars today. He pinned the Packers inside the 10 4 times. Twice, 2 of those times inside the 5.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you make up for being an inferior team.
They're weapons. I think that if the Broncos had punted on first down every time today, they probably would have come closer to winning.
Right.
Then they ended up like when you turn the ball over a lot, then just punt first down, get rid of the ball. Like, we don't want this shit.
We say
you can't throw an interception if you don't have it.
As football fans, we always say, like, there's 3 phases to the game, but let's be honest. We don't really take into account the third phase until it fucks up. Like, until you see a missed field goal or until you have a kick returned on you. Then you're like, wait, what the fuck? That's the third phase. I think if I were a GM or a head coach, I would just be like, let's just dominate special teams and just see how everything else goes. Maybe it goes well, maybe it doesn't. Who cares? But we'll get field position.
I really think that if you approach the Vikings with that type of scenario and be like, here's how I want to build our team, Mike Zimmer would be like, yes, I would prefer not to coach offense.
Right.
I don't like watching it when we have the ball.
Right.
Mike Zimmer probably finds himself rooting for the other team's defense to sack the quarterback when his offense is on the field.
Right. So I just I noted that. I was like, hey, how did the Jaguars stick around in this game? They ran the ball and they punted well.
I also noted that when it comes to a brand new quarterback, a lot of times defenses aren't able to intercept him as easily because they don't know how bad he's going to be. Sometimes they're like, even they get surprised at some of the passes that get attempted.
They don't know the dumb things he's about to do.
Like Ben DiNucci in that Sunday night game, the defense was utterly perplexed at how dumb he was being with some of the passes. Like, you don't prepare to try to intercept a submarine curveball from like a rookie quarterback. That's just not something that an NFL cornerback would like ever sit down and practice how to do.
That's a good point. It's a good point. So maybe the key to the Jaguars is always just putting in new
cycle someone in there.
Yeah.
Miles Jack had an all-time flop in the game.
Yes.
That was kind of fun.
That was very
It looked
funny.
like he got shot.
He
on
called
the
the announcer. I don't know who was announcing the game. Called him Vladdy Jack.
I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Anytime you can do a real throwback to Vladdy Divac.
This was also the Paul Hornig tribute game, right?
Yes.
His name is so...
You got to cover the spread when Paul Hornig dies.
His name is so confusing to me because every time I hear it, it sounds like they're saying Paul Horny.
Paul Horny.
Yeah, like you're listening to Sgt. Pepper's backwards, and they're trying to tell you that
Chris
they were trying to
Myers,
fuck.
Greg Jennings.
Oh.
And Brock Heward.
Greg Jennings put the whole team on his back.
To put Greg Jennings on a Packer game.
It was...
Oh, yeah, especially with some of the things he said about Aaron Rodgers.
Would
you say that's not... If you were...
I mean, the Fox executives...
The what? Did you say fuck?
No, put your glasses back on. You can't talk when you don't have your glasses on.
The Fox executives, they know what they're doing, but Greg Jennings is known as a Packer.
Interesting.
They did have to dive like real deep into the well to pick out all these different broadcasting teams today.
Because Fox had so many
today.
games.
There's only 3 CBS games, so Fox is.
And Aqib Talib did the Lions game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
was good.
They just basically called him up and they're like, hey, can you just sit up here and talk shit?
Yeah, he was good.
It would have been awesome if they put him in a booth with Crabtree. Just like brought Crabtree in to try to like take his necklace off.
Get a fight going.
Yeah.
Going back to the Packers, I think they're very similar to last year. I guess the better question is actually next week is going to be a really good test for them against the Colts because the Colts are a man football team.
Yep.
They're not razzle dazzle. Right.
They're line up punching the mouth football team.
I don't know if the Packers. The question is not to me whether the Packers. I think they're the same team as last year. It's just the question is there a 49ers type team in the NFC? Because the 49ers were the best team in the NFC last year. So the Packers might be able to get to the Super Bowl just because there's not that team that's significantly better than that.
So as an owner of the Packers, the only team that really concerns me, I would say the Buccaneers.
Well, the Bucs fucked them up.
Yeah, the Buccaneers defensively, they can come out and they can hit the Packers in the mouth. And maybe the Rams.
Maybe the Rams.
Maybe the
Which
Rams.
Whitworth, we'll get to that. That sucks so much because that could really fuck them
Honestly,
up.
just to give you like a little glimmer of hope,
I'm not worried about the Packers.
the
dude.
Bears could beat the Packers.
Dude, I know they can.
The Bears could absolutely beat the Packers.
Especially if the Bears keep losing.
Yes.
Because that's when we beat the Packers, when it doesn't actually matter.
Right.
When it can't actually help
Are
us.
you guys playing Week 17?
No, yes, we play Week 17, and then we also, I think we play in 2 weeks. Yeah.
Okay, so Week 17,
Sunday Night
you will
Football.
definitely...
That's when we fuck them up.
I want to put a bet
Shane
in
McClellan,
advance
baby.
that it's going to be Week 17. It's going to be a slaughter.
Yeah. All right. Before we get to the next game, let's talk real quick about Chevy Silverado. Chevy Silverado, the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. I've actually been driving a Chevy Silverado all weekend. I drove down to Philly on Thursday, drove back on Friday. I'm a truck guy now. I am officially a truck guy. I need a truck. You feel so much cooler in that truck. Silverado is dependable, like the people who drive them. Silverado is strong, advanced, dependable, hardworking, and this is the most advanced Silverado ever. It's a new Silverado I've been driving, so I can attest to that. It's a partner with grit and determination. Anything is possible, and Silverado is a partner in that. You can do tailgating, hauling, new big screen TVs, couches, whatever you need, towing, boats, RVs, trailers, off-roading, moving day, helping out your friend or family member, road trips, all of it with Chevy Silverado. Like I said, I've tried it out all weekend long. I've been driving around, and I feel like $1 million driving this truck. It's an awesome, awesome thing. I even hauled some cargo down to Philly.
Yeah?
It was some body armor, but whatever. I hauled some
armor.
cargo. Yeah, I hauled some cargo. So do that. Chevy Silverado is the best truck out there. I can attest to it. I've been driving it all weekend. The strongest, most advanced Silverado ever.
Doesn't it just make you feel cool when you toss something into the back of a truck?
Everything about being a truck guy is cool.
Yeah.
When I got out of the truck and I went to get a cup of coffee, I could tell people were looking at me different. They're like, whoa, is that guy like, does he work with his hands for a living? No, I'm a
absolutely.
podcaster.
Well, you're a blogger.
The Chevy Silverado, it is the best truck out there, so go check it out. The design is big, bold, and commanding. This truck turns heads. Eagles, Giants. The Eagles are the most out-of-sync football team of all time.
And the Giants are going to win the NFC East.
Yeah, they are. The Giants are actually, dare I say it, a good football team. I'm graduating them.
What?
Yeah, I am. I'm saying they're a good football team.
As far as the NFC East goes, on a sliding scale?
No. I think they're a good football team. Obviously not a great football team. Okay, maybe they have to win one more.
They're not a good football team. But I'm gonna throw the challenge
Their last
flag.
6 games.
Yeah.
Their last 6 games. They won by 10. They won by 3.
Against the
They
Redskins?
lost by 2.
Football team.
They lost by 2 to the Bucs. They lost by 1.
Trap game.
They won
Tom
by
Brady doesn't
1,
play
and they
well at
lost
night.
by 3. They have lost 3. They've gone 3-3 in their last 6 games, and they've lost those 3 games by a combined 6 points.
But the football team almost beat them
they didn't.
at home.
They
They started
didn't.
0-5. 4 of those 5 losses were by 10 or less.
I'm telling you, man.
The Giants
okay.
are by no stretch a good football team.
I think they are.
I think you think that they're good because in your wildest dreams, this is like what a great Bears team would look like right now.
No.
Yeah, I think like just boring enough to win
No.
sometimes.
The Bears defense is way better than the Giants defense. Well, maybe not way better, but the Giants defense is legit. Daniel Jones, do you want to walk? He played well.
Daniel Jones continues to be the fastest
I'm back
player
on Daniel
in
Jones.
NFL history.
If we're going your Drew Lock is bad. Your Drew Lock stock is bad. My Daniel Jones stock is going up.
It's trending up in the last couple games.
And your Drew Lock stock is
growing
tanked.
pains. It's growing pains
Tanked.
for Drew Lock.
He's going to be out of the league in a year.
It's growing pains.
Daniel Jones played well. He had no turnovers, which is huge for him. That should count as a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
No turnovers for Daniel Jones should count as a touchdown. He also is averaging 8.6 yards per carry, and if he finishes the season with that, he'll be the highest rushing quarterback since Fran Tarkenton.
Oh, wow.
Not even Michael Vick did that.
Yeah, so what you're basically saying is that the Giants are better without Saquon Barkley.
Yes.
Okay.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot he existed.
Yeah.
I legit, before you said that word, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants are a good football team if they had Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, you just plug and play Wayne Gallman and Alfred Morris.
Dude, I am
combined
buying what they're selling.
with those two guys' skill sets. It's actually a plus improvement over losing Saquon Barkley.
Their defense has actually played very well.
Right.
Like and if their offense, like they have more guys than we give them credit for.
They're not a good football team. I rebuke that statement.
Okay.
I disavow that statement
That's
entirely.
Fine. That's fine. I think they've been competitive.
They're still
going to
win the
game.
NFC East.
Mind you, the game before those 6 games that I just listed, they lost by 8 to the Rams, who we just said might be the team coming out of the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
They lost by 2 to the Bucs and 8 to the Rams. Those are good teams.
Yeah,
they're frisky.
They're frisky at best.
Good.
They're frisky at best team.
I'll say ish. I'll add an ish
In the playoff. Well,
I'll add an ish.
What about this big guy?
Good-ish. They're a good-ish team.
You might be talking me into it a little bit.
Yes.
I
Hop on.
think that the Giants could beat the Packers.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that they're good.
Yes.
The Packers can lose to a shitty team.
No, they're good-ish.
No, the Packers they'll beat most good teams.
Good-ish is in.
But they'll lose to some shitty teams.
I've walked back good. I'm now on good-ish. Good-ish. They are good-ish.
How about this?
They're not good. They're good-ish. They show signs of good.
As far as I'll go, I'll say the Packers, or excuse me, the Giants are not as bad as you think they are.
Right. Yes.
Which is the highest compliment I can pay to the Giants.
Look at their season, they got blown out.
If they weren't in the NFC East, they would be terrible.
They still are terrible.
I'm saying they're good-ish is because they're in the NFC East.
No, I think they've been playing. I'm basing this off of their close losses as well to very good teams. Like they've been in every game. They're in every game. They got blown out by the 49ers. That's really the only true mark on their record where you're like, ugh. And they lost by 10 to the Steelers week 1. But they were kind of in that game too. Just saying, good-ish. I'll settle with good-ish. Let's talk about the Eagles though. The most out of sync team of all time. I don't know what it is about them, but they look like a team that just doesn't practice because an Eagles performance has a few bad snaps, some weird penalties, some miscommunication on routes. They have all of that. And then Doug Peterson going for 2 when he shouldn't go for 2.
Usually a couple drops. Yeah, that was the most baffling thing of all time. He went for 2 when they were down by 5 or down by 4.
So he went for 2 to cut it to 14-11. So that one was successful.
Yeah.
So they scored a touchdown it was 14-9, he went for 2. Then the Giants scored again, so it was 21-11.
Yep.
Then the Eagles scored to make it 21-17, and he was addicted to that go for 2 sauce, and he went for 2 again, where he could have just gotten into a 3-point game with an extra point.
Mm-hmm. Going for 2, if you're a coach, you might as well just go for 2 all the time because you can always find obscure reasons why after the fact to justify that you did it.
Right.
Just stop kicking. Even say our kicker had a twinge. So we thought it gave us a better shot to go for 2 there.
Right. So it was. Oh God, that was a bad injury.
Boyle?
That was a bad injury. It was the Eagles are Doug Peterson, like we've said, beef stew for brains. That was where he's got extra beef stew going in his brain when he goes for 2 for no reason when he's down 4. And then I hate to say this, but was Coward right?
About what?
Carson Wentz.
I mean, about everything.
But Carson Wentz?
He's a fellow soup guy. I have to respect him.
Was he right?
Carson Wentz.
Was he right?
Carson Wentz spends half of the game within his head within a foot of the ground. He's always scrambling around with his just staring at his shoelaces, bent over at the waist, about to get hit.
Yes.
He looks all sorts of out of sync.
He's just hovering.
I don't know what's wrong with Carson. Carson Wentz has not been good in 2 years.
And I think Doug Peterson actually deserves more blame for this loss than Carson Wentz because you're coming out of a bye. You're playing what some people would say is a bad team. I call them goodish. And you look out of sync. You go 0 for 9 on third down. You go for 2 in weird spots. And the Eagles ran the ball pretty well. They had that big Boston Scott run. They had Miles Sanders going for like 5+ yards per carry.
Yeah, they just didn't run it that much.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, let's just keep throwing it with Carson Wentz and getting him killed and not completing anything.
Right, yeah. So Miles Sanders attempted 15 carries, but he was averaging 5.7 yards
That's
a carry.
Inexcusable.
So, yeah, you just got – at some point, his stew brain needs to kick in and just say we need to have a balanced attack. Like,
Yes.
that's the ultimate quintessential football stew guy thing to just always fall back on.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we got to have our ratio down to about 50-50 on rushing attempts and passing attempts. But it hasn't kicked in for Doug because I think too many people called him like the next level of statistical genius in the NFL, which is probably unfair to do if you knew Doug Peterson.
We got to talk in his language. Doug, you need to make sure that there's a good ratio of meat cubes to potatoes.
Yes.
Right now, you have way too many potatoes, and maybe even too many carrots too in that stew. Mm-hmm. You got to get some more meat in there.
He's putting some. He's started to like branch out, and he's putting like Korean spices in his stew, and he's doing like fusion. Let's get back to basics. Just meat, maybe a little red wine cooked down in there.
Just meat it up.
Tell you what, yeah, don't even think about making it a stew. Just think that you got to make a gravy now.
Yes.
You got to make a meat gravy. Switch it up to beef stroganoff if you have to.
Yes. By the way, so the Eagles and the Giants remaining schedule. The Eagles have 7 games. The Giants have 6. Yes, the Giants have 6. They've played 10. They share 4 common opponents. So Cowboys, Browns, Seahawks, and Cardinals. They both are playing those 4 teams. And then the Eagles have to play the Packers and the Saints and the Washington football team. The Giants get the Bengals and the Ravens. I think the Giants are going to win the East.
Yep,
I think
so
they are. They're
so
goodish. They're goodish. And I love your prediction about them beating the Packers. I'm in on that.
It could happen.
You just get
Think
Tom
about
Coughlin as an honorary captain in his red face.
It could happen.
That's also just like a... I know this doesn't make sense because it's been so long.
No, it's the franchise matchup.
Yes, it
the
is
franchise
absolutely
matches
how it
up
goes.
perfectly against the Eagles.
Perfectly.
Get the game in Lambeau. Have it be a night game. Just
have the wind whipping because there's no fans.
No fans. They're just kidnap Tom Coughlin. Just have him stand nude on the sideline facing directly into the moon.
Just have Joe Judge wearing a red Tom Coughlin face.
Yeah. Oh, that's what he should do.
Yeah.
And for his mask that he has to wear on the sidelines, it should just be Tom Coughlin's like red cheeks and mouth.
Yes. Yes. Perfect. We figured it out. All right. Bucs, Panthers. So the Bucs, I would put at the top of the NFC contender list. Obviously, the Saints game was terrible, but the Bucs have a trend now. They have 3 losses this year, and bouncing back from the 3 losses, they've looked awesome. So they beat the Panthers after they lost to the Saints week 1. They fucked up the Packers after they lost to the Bears on that Thursday night game, and they fucked up the Panthers today. This was looking at this stat sheet makes you realize Chris Godwin had 6 catches for 92 yards. Mike Evans had 6 catches for 77 yards and a touchdown. Antonio Brown had 7 catches for 69 yards. Gronk had 2 catches for 51 yards and a touchdown. And Ronald Jones ran for 192 yards,
including a 98-yard.
That's not fair.
Touchdown. No, it's
not. That's an all-pro team right there.
Yeah, and Mike Evans is. I think he continues to be kind of like an underrated wide receiver, even though most people give him a lot of credit.
Oh, he's so good.
I think he's like probably top 3 wide receiver in the NFL. The catch that he had today, where I always love it when receivers do that. Going back to who's the guy from Alabama? Was it Prothrow that made that catch on top of the leg? Helmet? That was later that he broke his leg.
But that's what people remember.
Yeah, whenever a wide receiver is able to catch a ball around an opponent and then hold on to it after they fall on the ground, for me that takes you like to the very top of my wide receiver rankings. No matter how shitty you are, really, if you just make one spectacular catch, I still think that Brandon Lloyd is going to be a Hall of Famer if he ever gets his shit together. But yeah, Mike Evans is a fucking monster. When you have him and Gronk in the red zone, there's no way that you can cover everybody.
And Tom Brady's an all-time rabbit ears guy. Like, he does listen to what other people are saying because the critics after the Sunday Night Football game were saying that like Mike Evans and Tom Brady are not on the same page, and he made sure that Mike Evans got the ball today and fed him a lot.
I think that maybe Tom Brady has had some work done this year. I think that he's had plastic surgery.
Oh, you think?
His face looks different.
Oh, you think?
Maybe that's what happened last game. Maybe he just got like too high of a dose of botulism in his face. He couldn't kiss his son properly before because all the muscles were just frozen up. He was out of sorts, didn't feel like he looked good, so he didn't play good last week. Mm-hmm. Now that the Botox has had its course to run through his veins, he's back to feeling normal and playing normal. But
yes.
I mean, it is crazy to think that this is the exact same team that just got their asses cut off and handed to them.
Killed.
They ate their own asses last week. And then they go out and they drop 46 points, and they could have had more.
Yes. By the way, the Panthers, I don't know what happened with Teddy Bridgewater. He went out with a knee injury, but they do keep, even though they got their asses kicked in this game, that first half they were in it, I think they keep their frisky, spunky, fun little brother thing.
Yeah,
going.
I think
they're a little brother.
Better or worse than the Giants?
They're worse. As of right now. Yeah. We'll find out. I think
close.
they're playing.
It's close.
No, they don't play.
The Panthers...
As of right now, yeah. As of right now. Well, Teddy Bridgewater got hurt.
They're a well-coached football team. Matt Rule is a good coach.
And they just don't have talent. And Christian McCaffrey's out. Maybe if both those guys are healthy, I would maybe say Panthers.
There's something about whenever a player gets injured and they go to the sideline, they put him on the trainer's table. I always have to stop myself from laughing inappropriately when they wheel the blue tent over and then raise the tent over top of the player, like it's a horse at the Kentucky Derby that they're bringing the tarp out on to block the view of it.
Shoot him like a horse.
Yeah, just have the tent already set up so you don't have to It's just kind of weird to raise it over somebody like they're in a field hospital in the military or something like that.
But the Panthers are little brother in that they are they'll never threaten to actually win one of these big games, but they'll always be game. It will always be fun for the big brother to be like, oh, that was a good time. We had a good time out there playing a little ball. You almost had me for a second while you laughed and you're like, no, but you didn't. But you almost had me there.
Then they go home and they're like, if we just add a couple pieces here and there, we can put it together next week. But they're going to come up short again against good teams.
Yep.
But yeah, they're going to be a frisky team. I think that Matt Rule is going to be a good coach in the NFL for a while.
They're spunky.
Yeah.
I'm putting them in my spunky pile.
Also, Gronk has all of his good weight back. I think he's actually heavier than he was in the past.
Yes.
He looks like he's a load.
Yes. I agree. He does look good. And the Bucs, so if we're talking about the NFC and you said I think you have to break it down as everyone was playing their A game, I do think the Bucs would be the best team.
Yep.
If everyone was playing their A game.
Maybe the Saints.
But we'll get to that.
That's a big question.
Ribs. Broncos, Raiders.
You should say it like Vince Wilfork.
Ribs. Broncos, Raiders. Drew Lock sucks.
Growing pains.
I don't know how much longer he has to have growing pains though, because he's if they're going to probably be high enough in the draft to pick another quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So
we went through the list and we're not sure that Trey Lance is tall enough for John Elway to go out on a limb and take.
Yeah, but you know who he could call? Andrew Luck.
Yep, that's true.
Stanford connection.
That's true.
Andrew Luck to Denver.
Yeah, and Andrew
follows in the footsteps of Peyton, former Colt, going to Denver to win a Super Bowl.
Also, John Elway, former Colt, that went to Denver to win a Super Bowl. He was drafted by the Colts.
Wow.
How about that?
I just thought of that.
That's spicy.
But that's good. No, but seriously, Drew Lock, if he were a first-round pick, I think it would be different.
Yep.
So, because then you've invested a lot more. You have, the first-round contract that's guaranteed. But he's a second-round pick, and if he doesn't put it together in this home stretch, I absolutely think the Broncos are going to at least look for someone to compete against him.
They will.
Because he was bad. He just doesn't look like he sees it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he looks like he has all the confidence in the world when he's making his bad throws.
Right.
They just go directly to the other team. So you think he looks the part until the result occurs, and then you're like, wow, maybe he actually didn't know what he was doing. And then they always cut to him on the sidelines when he's looking dejected. I always keep expecting that he's going to be rapping along to a Bone Thugs song somberly on the sidelines after a bad interception.
And two things we should put into perspective. He had 4 interceptions today. The Raiders were actually last in takeaways going into this game. So that's tough to do. The Raiders defense is not good, and you made him look good. 2, Drew Lock got a little bit of a bump from that comeback win against the Chargers. But isn't that more about the Chargers?
It's the Chargers.
It's the Chargers. Like, they exist so that you can have a comeback signature win against them.
Yeah, Drew Lock is not good. You might have noticed I'm just running out of ways to defend my initial take about Drew Lock,
right.
which is I'm running out of catchphrases to use. Like, I'm growing pains is I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel right here. I need Drew Lock to come out and show me something next week, or else I'm just going to have to go down with the ship. But the Raiders, on the other hand, I think we said last week, like, they're a physical football team.
Yeah, and
they got their offensive line has the thickest guys in the NFL.
They're the biggest, I think, statistically.
They are so big. Like, I'm watching them, and it takes a lot for me to be like, damn, their offensive line is huge. They probably average like 350 pounds per guy.
Yes.
And there's a couple guys that are probably 370.
I mean, Trip Brown is just
500. A massive human being.
I think that's
how John Gruden, just him and Mike Mayock, when they get together to watch tape on offensive linemen, they're just like, how big is this boy?
No, it's very simple. Big guys, heavy guys, fast guys.
Yeah.
Do it.
That's it.
But the Raiders, so credit to them because they weren't very good throwing the ball. They had a bunch of drops. This game had like way more. Obviously, I bet the over, but this game had way more points in it than it showed. Mm-hmm. And they ran the ball down their throats. So, like, that's always a sign to me when you're assessing teams. Can they win multiple ways? Can they do different things? And they didn't have their A game passing, and they ran for 200-plus yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, and we laughed at the other week when the nicest thing the announcers could say about Derek Carr was when he runs out of the pocket, he seems to have good balance about him. Yeah. I actually noticed it today. I was like, he is very well balanced.
He's very
out
balanced.
In the open. He doesn't seem to be leaning forward nor backward.
He's just perfect.
He's just the perfect.
Yeah,
he's got like a little gyroscope built inside his body.
You could put a level right on his head.
Yeah. Right now we're watching the Patriots and the Ravens,
which we'll talk about at the beginning. You heard us talk about
the Ravens might have a comeback win. We'll see.
Yeah, it would be 2 weeks in a row for Lamar Jackson. All right, before we do Chargers Dolphins, PFT, I had a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
How do you go about getting a mortgage?
That's a good question, Big Cat, because it can be intimidating. I used to be a homeowner, actually, and the reason why it took me so long to purchase my first home was I didn't know what I was doing when it came to applying for a mortgage. Fortunately, the good folks over at Cross Country Mortgage make it easy. Buying a home is not as scary as you think that it is. If you're like me and you're 26 years old and you're thinking, is it time to take that next step in life, but you're not sure if you can afford a home or not, guess what? Cross Country Mortgage is here to help you out. Owning a home is awesome. It comes with a ton of perks. You don't just throw away your money every month on rent like me. We're idiots. We live in New York City, and every single month, writing that check is just pain. Just Stephen A. Smith, pain, because I'm not building any equity. I'm not going to be able to sell the apartment when I move out. If you are able to own a home, you build that equity, so when you do move out, you can make some money off it. You get some of that money back that you paid in rent. Cross Country Mortgage is America's crazy good mortgage company. They combine a people-first mindset with a dedication to the fundamentals of mortgage lending. What does that mean? In plain English, you get a fast, easy, and stress-free home financing or refinancing experience. Rates are pretty much all at all-time lows. They might not get this low again, and a lot of stoolies have reached out to Cross Country Mortgage to refinance as well. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Our guys at Cross Country Mortgage said that they're going to be able to provide stoolies with all sorts of savings. In fact, they just saved a stoolie over $80,000 on their mortgage over the next 10 years. That's $80,000. That's real money. $80,000 that they saved somebody with refinancing. And Cross Country Mortgage can tell you within 5 minutes if they can save you a boatload of cash. It's a great opportunity to take cash out for the stuff that you want. If you have a home improvement project that you want to undertake, now's a great time to do that. If you need to pay off student loans or save for other events in your life, they can work with you on that as well. And if you have a lease coming up soon in the next 6 to 12 months, they will be able to help you out on that. So don't be intimidated by the home buying process. It's not as complicated as you think. There's some amazing benefits available for first-time home buyers. Don't let common misconceptions stand in the way of you buying a home. Go to ccmlens.com/take. That's ccmlens.com/take. Learn more about your future home buying experience or refinance your current mortgage. That's ccmlens.com/take to learn more. Cross Country Mortgage LLC, NMLS 3029, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Okay, Chargers, Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins are a good, maybe even better than good football team.
And Tua looks great in those uniforms.
Tua looks great in those uniforms. He was kind of up and down today, but, I mean, he played well enough that they won. Their defense has been awesome. And we talked about special teams earlier. The Dolphins are a three-phase type of team. Mm-hmm. Brian Flores got all three phases cooking.
Got them cooking. So what would you say the Chargers are? The Chargers, I think the
Chargers are the Chargers. They're in their own
The
power
Chargers
ranking.
are the opposite, the complete opposite of the Panthers. The Chargers have all the talent in the world.
Yes.
And they've got a coach who just doesn't know what he's doing. Like Anthony Lynn is probably the most conservative coach. But when you have that much talent on your team, you can't play that conservatively. I don't know actually what they do on special teams in Los Angeles, but if they had like half the balls that Matt Rule had when it came to faking punts, going for it, doing crazy shit, 2-point conversions, the Chargers should be they should be around 500. Right now.
Absolutely. I love that they scored late to make this a one-score game. That was so perfect. It wasn't a one-score game. The Dolphins were in control the entire game. They actually, like that Tua fumble when they were going in to go up 21-0. Like this could have been an absolute rout all game. The Chargers got back into it a little bit, but I go away from this being like, dude, the Dolphins are good. Mm-hmm. Like especially the fact that they beat the Rams. They have a bye week, I think. Then they play the Cardinals. They beat a good Cardinals team. And then you expect a young team to have a letdown. And they didn't. They did not. Like, this game smelled like a rat the whole time. The fact that the Dolphins, that we said it on Friday, they're 5-3. They're playing against a 2-5 team, and they're only a 2.5-point favorite. Like, it makes no sense. But I think it's just perception is all fucked up. You look at the Dolphins, and they've been bad for so long that you just assume they're bad, but they're not. They're good.
Yeah, and it's always funny watching like blue chip college athletes get to the NFL, and you can tell which production crews don't watch college football on Saturday because there are certain storylines that come baked into every single player. Like Tua was always about his family and how huge his family was and how many of his family members were in the stands for their games. It's taken until now for the NFL to realize, we should be talking more about Tua's family. So we're starting to get crowd shots of the Tagovailoa family, which I need at least 3 of every single game.
They've moved down to Miami finally from Tuscaloosa in that beautiful home, the Nick Saban purchased for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Dolphins are good. I don't really know what else to say about the Dolphins other than they're good, which I think is actually a lot.
You know what?
Like that actually is saying worlds. I think any Dolphins fan listening to this, even if this isn't going to be a 10-minute thing, just us saying over and over, the Dolphins are a good football team. And guess what? Can I give you a little peek at what the Dolphins got coming up? Mm-hmm. Broncos, Jets, Bengals.
Okay, that's 3.
We could blink and the Dolphins could be 9-3.
But then
we could blink and the Dolphins could be 9-3.
But then there's a good chance that they'll finish. Like if they go 9-3, they might finish 10-6.
Yeah, they have Chiefs, Patriots, Raiders, and Bills to end the season. But no, they could. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked.
New England always struggles
in Miami.
Pro players / Hard Rock / Sun Life.
But I'm just saying, like we could be sitting here in 3 weeks and be talking about 9-3 Miami Dolphins, which would be insane.
Media, this is a message from me to you. The years and years that you have had as a luxury to not have to learn any of the Dolphins players' names is over. Mm-hmm. You have to start learning their names right now because they're, you know what? The Dolphins, they're for real.
Yeah.
I've got them in my for real column.
Yes.
They're not a fluke. The Dolphins.
Now, let's just clarify.
They might even be legit, Big Cat.
No, so they're not for real in that they're not going to the Super Bowl. But what they are is they're an ascending team that has young talent that is building something. And you get a couple years to lose in the playoffs if you're that team.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
You get a couple years to get to the play. Like, this is the whole process. They got to get to the playoffs this year. They lose. No one's going to be like, man, that's a disappointing. No, that's a great season. Then next year they get to it, maybe win a playoff game. Oh, okay, the Dolphins, like, they're building something.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, they are past frisky. They've been elevated from frisky to for real. The next step is legit. That's when they're in contention year in, year out to win the entire division.
Yep.
They currently have Houston's pick, which would be number 6 right now, plus their own.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Good job, Bill O'Brien. And they've been, I mean, I'm looking at their games recently. They fucked up the 49ers, that game, 43-17. They beat the Jets 24-0, which obviously the Jets suck, but that's what you should do to the Jets, not give up a point. They beat the Rams 28-17. They went to the Cardinals, beat them by 3, and then they beat the Chargers by 8 today, and it was more than 8. The Dolphins are a good football team.
So in my head, when I just said that they need to take another step to be in contention to win their division, I was operating on the assumption that the Bills won that game today, that they lost.
No.
They could win the division.
Correct.
The Dolphins could win the AFC East.
And like the Bills, well, let's just go to the Bills because they're the next team on the list. That game sucked for the Bills because you expected a letdown coming off that huge Seahawks win, and they didn't have it. They didn't play great. They had a lot of penalties. Josh Allen was up and down, like had a couple bad picks. But they had the game won. Like they had the game won, so you didn't have that letdown spot that you kind of saw coming and expected. It was won. And then Kyler Murray, who is now, like he is officially elevated to must-watch, like drop everything. You have to watch every time he's got the ball. That was insane. That was an insane play. DeAndre, what do you think Bill O'Brien, like where is he right now? And was he watching this game? And was he like, lucky catch by DeAndre Hopkins? He's not that good.
No, I think Bill O'Brien was probably like, you know what? It's going to be sweet as hell when I'm coaching Michigan next year.
Yeah.
That's probably where his mind's at. He's probably just hanging out in Ann Arbor right now.
Maybe he'll go back to Penn State.
Maybe,
James Franklin.
That's right. Who knows? But yeah, when that ball went up, and it was DeAndre Hopkins and then 3 Buffalo Bills defenders. Like I was not surprised that DeAndre Hopkins caught that. It didn't seem that weird that because he's that good. You expect him to make plays like that, which is a testament to just how fucking talented he is.
And I know that the catch isn't exceptional, and DeAndre Hopkins is exceptional, but the throw and like eluding the rush, there's not many guys who can do what Kyler did there.
Right.
He's incredible. He is just an incredible. I still sometimes things look a little weird and he'll miss guys, but he is must watch. He's must watch. He's electric.
He loves hitting the spin button on himself.
Yes.
A lot of times he'll just spin for no real reason.
I think
he'll
he
just do like
spins,
a 360 back into place.
He's
and then
like
throw
one
fast.
of those like race cars that you got to wind up to go fast.
Yeah.
He just has to spin to go fast.
He plays out there on the field like I played when I first learned how to use Madden. Like when I got my first Madden game, I found out what the spin button was, and I just did it all the time as my only juke.
I was going to say when I first learned how to walk. And just spinning and falling everywhere.
Yeah. I don't know if we can call this a Hail Mary, though. I was thinking about that because, like, a big premarital sex guy like Cliff Kingsbury, I don't know if Catholicism is the right way to go. Obviously, God has chosen his team with the Cleveland Browns this year. This is like a Hail Satan. This is I think that Cliff has aligned himself with our Dark Lord on that. But it sucks for the Bills because that drive that he had that should have won the game.
It was
Josh Allen had a great drive. He did throw some classic Josh Allen balls today.
It was so the issue that Josh Allen has, and that drive was awesome, and his touchdown catch was awesome.
Yep.
But sometimes he falls into the Jay Cutler, my arm's stronger than everyone, I can throw it through a guy problem, which I actually still like. We've had this discussion before, but I always think that I'd rather have a guy who thinks he can make every throw because you're going to win more games than you lose usually than a guy who's very, very safe all the time and just checking down. So you just know that that's what Josh Allen is, and sometimes they won't work out. Today but he kept them in the game.
Well, yeah.
The defense made some big stops down, which the Bills' defense is not very good. It was very good last year. It's not great this year, but they kept him in the game with some big stops. And then Josh Allen, enough chances, and he goes down the field and has what should have been the game-winning touchdown.
The nice thing about Josh Allen is, you're right, he has the arm that Rex Grossman thought that he had when he was taking all those chances. So Josh, he'll get away with a lot of some riskier plays because he is physically talented in a way that most other quarterbacks aren't. So he can make them happen.
I mean, I don't even blame him because if your arm is that good, you definitely think you can make every throw.
Yeah. And also, let's keep things into perspective here. He just raised $500,000 for the Buffalo hospital. He installed an entire wing of a hospital up in Buffalo for his grandmother. So
I love the guy.
I love the guy.
No, and it's not a bad thing. Josh Allen is a little bit of a volatile player, but I think that's what you kind of want. Like you want there to be volatility because when he reaches his heights, it's better than almost everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and Cole Beasley's catch was awesome. Cole Beasley's a beast.
He's just
He's just going to play for like 15 years.
Well,
How long has he been in the NFL? Because I would argue a decade, but I know it's not.
I think it's been like 9 years. I think that he's going to play until Bill Belichick.
Undrafted free agent in 2012.
So not even 9.
About 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
But doesn't he feel like a 15-year
Feel
guy?
like he was on the Cowboys forever.
Yeah, he's slowly making his way towards New England, and then Steve Belichick and him will be able to do some really funny twin-style Halloween costumes together.
Yeah. So this was bad loss number 2 of the day, but it wasn't really a bad loss because you had the Hail Mary. But Cliff Kingsbury kneels the ball. The line is Cardinals minus 2.5. I was thinking it was crazy. Then I remembered that they changed the rule a few years ago that if you do return an extra point or a 2-point conversion, it does count as 2. So that's definitely what he was thinking. As crazy as it sounds, that's actually the correct move by him.
Either that or Cliff Kingsbury bet against the Cardinals today.
Right, but there's no way that you lose that game unless they somehow get an interception or a fumble or block kick to return it for 2 points and tie the game.
Do you think that Cliff knew that rule?
I do. Someone did. Maybe not Cliff, but someone.
I don't, because he's too much of a mimbo to know that
No,
rule.
because I like that's the only explanation.
Cliff Kingsbury.
There's no other explanation for what he did.
If anyone has ever spent time at Texas Tech, there's no gene in their body that tells them not to score a point when they have an opportunity.
Who's on his staff? Is who's Vance Joseph?
Goes against everything they stand for.
Maybe it was Vance Joseph. Maybe
Vance Joseph might have known.
Vance Joseph.
Because if
someone on his staff knew.
If there's someone that doesn't like scoring, it's Vance Joseph.
Yeah,
Larry
Vance
Fitzgerald
Joseph.
told him. Larry Fitzgerald told him.
Larry
Fitzgerald went up to him and was like, hey, dude, I don't know if you know this, but the rule changed. Actually, I'm going back. I think Cliff Kingsbury knew. Because I think this is the rule in college. And they changed it in the NFL like 5 years ago, I want to say. So maybe he knew it because of college, and he didn't even know. He just assumed it was the same rule as in the NFL.
Okay.
So he was wrong, but right.
He was wrong about the rule being changed back. In his mind, it was just always the
Always
college rule.
this way. So, yeah, that's what the answer is. He was wrong, but he was right.
I feel bad for Larry Fitzgerald because he had that drop that led to the interception, and then he didn't even get the tackle afterwards, so it threw off the whole ratio of how many tackles Larry Fitzgerald has as opposed to drops, the stat that everyone likes to talk and bring up.
By the way, 2018 was the last time Larry Fitzgerald dropped the ball.
From
Yeah,
2015, Dean Blandino tweeted, the extra point rule for 2015 has changed. Snap for kick from the 15-yard line. 2-point try stays at the 2-yard line, and defense can return.
Okay. Also, Baby Braun update. Baby Braun is no longer DK Metcalf. Baby Braun is now DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay.
LeBron James shouted him out. He didn't call him Baby Braun, but he's claiming DeAndre Hopkins as like his protege in the NFL.
Whoever's good.
His NFL equivalent is now,
The theme of today's episode is special teams. We're in all three phases type of podcast. So special shout out to Tyler Bass, the Bills kicker, who in the second quarter kicked 54, 55, and 58-yard field goals.
And they were all career longs for him.
Yeah. Insane.
3 in a row, one after the other. And he's
a rookie, yeah.
He is the guy that he's got one eye black strip.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he's Nelly out there.
So shout out to him because that was pretty exceptional.
I also just think his name's Tyler Bass.
Yeah.
That's just a cool as hell name.
Yeah.
That's a guy that'll pick you up
name.
in his truck. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good name. All right, yeah, that sucked though for the Bills. I feel bad for Bills Mafia.
I'm still like in my head. It should be a win for the Bills.
I know.
Fucking satanic worshiping Cliff Kingsbury.
Well, they got the Chargers next week, so they'll get right with a 1-score win.
Yep.
Don't worry about that one. All right, next up, Seahawks Rams. Is Russell Wilson hurt?
He's got to be hurt, Big Cat.
He's got to be hurt.
He was in the middle of an MVP season.
He's got to be hurt.
I did notice that some more people started to pick up on the fact that we awarded him the MVP after week 3.
Yeah.
Just because everyone knew the stat that he had never been given an MVP vote, and he was really good in the first few weeks.
I said this last week, but the way he's been playing, so they've lost 3 of 4, and the one win was against the 49ers, who were pretty battered. They had no one in that game.
Yeah.
He might not get an MVP vote this year. I think he'll get one out of pity, but Mahomes is going to win the MVP, and Russell Wilson probably won't deserve a vote because he has not been good. And this, by the way, we were joking about the hurt thing. If you don't know, Russell Wilson is one of the there's certain sports, there's certain athletes that are so beloved that the only way they can ever be bad is if they're hurt. Steph Curry gets it. So when Steph Curry has a bad game, it's like, well, his ankles must be hurt.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson gets that because everyone loves him so much. They're like, well, he must be hurt.
Geno Malkin in the NHL is
he
like
must
that.
be hurt. He's got to be hurt. The Rams' defense is fucking awesome. Jalen Ramsey shut down DK Metcalf. Shut him down. And did he?
Yes. Did he shut him down,
Yes.
or did Russell shut him down?
He shut him down.
Because Russell wouldn't even look at him.
Yeah, he shut him
this
down.
happens. It's weird. It's happened, I think, in 3 different games this year where Russell Wilson has just not thrown the ball at all to DK Metcalf.
I'm going to give Jalen Ramsey some
I think
credit.
DK is sleeping with Ciara.
I think Jalen Ramsey played a great game, and the Rams' pass rush was all up in Wilson's ass. Leonard Floyd, shout out him. Fucking A, man. Former Bear. That guy is the biggest fraud stat guy. He had 3 sacks today. So I went back and I looked because he's a quintessential like bunches guy.
Yeah.
62 games. He has 25 and a half sacks. He's played 62 games in his career. He's recorded a sack in 16 of those. So he just either gets sacks or he gets nothing.
They come in bunches.
We
talk about that.
So he got 3 today.
I have a modest proposal for the Seahawks defense because they're absolute trash. Although today they held Jared Goff to 300 yards passing, which is a huge improvement for them. They should just give up 5 yards on defensive holding every single play.
Yes.
Every single pass play, just tackle the wide receiver. Your defense would be way better if you just took away the entire possibility of them getting a chunk play.
Well, that's the old Legion of Boom. Where it's like, hey, we're going to try to hold on every play, but they're not going to call it on every play.
No, I'm saying make them call it. You want them to call.
Yeah.
You just like literally tackle them on the line of scrimmage every single time.
It's crazy how the Seahawks have gone from unstoppable to this in a matter of 4 weeks, but they're averaging 34.3 points per game going into this, and the Rams held them to 16. Like, that's impressive. The Rams' defense is good. And I don't know what's going to happen with the Whitworth injury because that's bad.
Yeah.
And, like, especially for a Rams team that they want to run the ball and they want to do play action, and he's really, really good. That sucks, but the Rams' defense, man, they're fucking good.
They are. I think the NFC West is obviously like the best division in that conference.
Yes. It's the opposite of the NFC East.
It is the polar opposite. So, I don't know. See, either that or Seahawks just start blitzing all the time. Just blitz every single down.
They kind of actually do that with Jamal Adams. Yeah,
so,
like that actually is their strategy.
Do we need
you're joking, but it's
do we need to ask, like, is Jamal Adams a good safety, or is he just like a
good blitzer,
or is he just like a small linebacker?
It's funny that you say it because literally that's their strategy.
Yeah,
blitz with every single time with Jamal Adams.
It is because I think he just looks so cool, like a big ass linebacker almost that plays safety. He's got like all the like wristbands and tape set up. He looks like he's going to hit the shit out of you. So every time he's in the game, you're like, we need to get this guy into the backfield.
Yes, and
it ends up just like exposing them massively on the back end.
So yeah, I think the Rams are for real.
I will say with the Seahawks, when they get Chris Carson back, they become a much more complete football team.
So I was actually thinking about this. Did we maybe let Russ cook a little too much?
Yes.
Has he maybe overcooked the meal?
He's well done.
Like, let Russ cook was fun, but they might actually need some balance.
When you let him cook a little bit, it's rare, and he's usually able to take advantage. But when you let him do it too much, now they're ready for it.
That one interception he threw in the end zone was bizarre because he had a touchdown. There was no one on that side of the field.
Yeah,
it was very bizarre. That's where I think he might be hurt.
They played one. they put one really strange stat on the screen today. I'm going to get it a little bit wrong, but it was something along the lines of every year but this year with Russell Wilson on the Seahawks, Pete Carroll has averaged like I don't know. He was like 27th in the league in terms of pass attempts, and then this year they were first in the league, and it's just that's a big swing.
Do you think Pete?
You can't change the culture of your football team like that.
Do you think Pete is trying to dunk on like the NFL Twitter?
He's just So he's going so far in the direction they want them to go.
You wanted this,
yeah. You got it. Russ is cooking. Hope you guys are enjoying. You know, it'd be very funny if so many people gave Russ Wilson MVP votes, thinking they were going to be the only one to give him a vote, his first MVP vote, that he ended up winning the MVP.
Yes, I could see it happening.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Someone's going to do it. Someone is going to throw him a vote just so that we can stop the conversation. And the Seahawks are still going to be dangerous because it is still Russell Wilson, and he still is an MVP candidate, kind of. But they're just a flawed football team.
We get to see them and the Cardinals on Thursday Night Football, which is going to be a fun game to watch.
So they have to win that game for me to get back on the Seahawks can make some noise, like some serious noise in the. And when I say serious noise, I mean NFC Championship.
Yeah.
They have to get to the NFC because they're not going to get the bye.
They're so flawed
so they have to win 2 games.
If they win one playoff game, I'll be shocked.
Right. So I'm saying that if they win the Cardinals game, I'll start believing, okay, maybe they have 2 wins in them.
Over under, how many times are we going to hear the word baseball when it comes to Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray playing against each other?
Yes, and the DK Metcalf running down Buda Baker.
Yes. They are both, by the way, such great, excellent sliders when they have the football in their hands. Russell Wilson, he has timed it out perfectly where he'll run at a defender and then slide at the last second, almost trying to get a personal foul.
Yes.
He goes studs up too, like he's sliding at second base. So he goes after your knees with his cleats, but you better not try to even approach to tackle Russ Wilson when he's about to slide.
PFT, I have the fix for the Seahawks defense.
What's that?
They should get Simply Safe.
How's that, Big Cat?
Because they can defend their home a lot better with that, right?
Okay, now that they don't have the 12s, they don't have the 12s making a lot of noise. You can go into Seattle and you can hard count in their home.
Yep.
They have lost the inability. They have lost the ability to protect their home field advantage. If you want to protect your home field advantage, the best way to do that is with Simply Safe. There's almost always a rise in break-ins during the holidays. It's why Simply Safe Home Security is having a huge holiday sale. Right now, 30% off any Simply Safe system and a free security camera. Recently, U.S. News & World Report called it the best home security of 2020. Let me tell you guys a little scary story here, because it happens all the time. You return from a vacation around the holidays. Maybe you go to visit family out of town. You come back into town, and you realize that your home has been broken into while you were away. There's no worse way to end a holiday trip, and then guess what? You have to spend the next week on the phone with insurance companies, with the police, trying to figure out exactly what's going on, how you're going to get your stuff back. Don't put yourself in that situation. Use Simply Safe. U.S. News & World Report called it the best home security of 2020. So whether you're traveling or staying put for the holidays, check out the 30% off plus free security camera deal before it ends this week. It won CNET Editor's Choice for home security, and it was named Best of 2020 by Forbes and Popular Mechanics. The system has an arsenal of sensors and cameras that protect every inch of your home. You can set it up yourself in about 30 minutes. It's super easy. Then Simply Safe security specialists take over. They monitor your home around the clock. They're ready to send emergency help the moment that there's an alarm. And we're going to give you that 30% off Simply Safe plus a free security camera. All you have to do is go to simplysafe.com/PMT. Hurry, because this deal expires on Friday. It's only in place until this Friday. Go to simplysafe.com/PMT. simplysafe.com/PMT. Protect your home this holiday season with Simply Safe.
That was an insane run by Lamar Jackson. But you already know that because we already recapped the game.
Yep, we talked about it.
All right, let's go. We got 2 games left. 49ers Saints. Drew Brees hurt his ribs.
Yeah.
Quote unquote ribs.
You're skeptical about that.
Did you see the hit?
I did see the hit.
He got body slammed on his right shoulder.
He got planted into the ground. But Big Cat, what you don't know is that sometimes when you get slammed onto your side, it's not just your shoulder that gets hurt.
Okay.
Your ribs also hit the ground.
Right.
I think you're a little too woke on the whole rib gate situation.
Drew Brees has a bad shoulder.
Okay.
He got slammed on his shoulder.
Okay.
His shoulder's hurt.
He probably still has broken ribs.
You think Drew Brees, with stat padding Drew Brees, wouldn't have come back in when they were like 1st and goal and Jameis was floundering around to throw a touchdown if his ribs were hurt?
I think if
he could play with broken ribs.
I think if
he can't play with a hurt shoulder.
I think that Drew Brees, if he had a couple broken ribs, would not come into play.
Baker Mayfield plays with broken ribs. I'm not saying broken ribs are a nothing injury.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that Drew Brees, knowing he's a tough guy, he stays playing with his shoulders hurt. His shoulder is hurt. He got slammed directly onto his already hurt right shoulder.
I think that you're too woke on this. I think he's got broken ribs.
It makes perfect sense, too.
Why would they lie about it?
Because if he's going to play the rest of it, if they're going to bring him back, and his already kind of weak arm is even weaker, and everyone knows that he has no chance of throwing it downfield, wouldn't that help game plans? Wouldn't that help defenses?
I guess so, but
that.
I think he's going to miss some time.
Yeah, because his shoulder's hurt.
So then what would they be lying about?
Well, because they want to obviously see how bad it is. Like, they want to see how bad it is. His shoulder's hurt.
All right,
he hurt his shoulder.
You're being too woke on this one. But
watch the replay and tell me his shoulder's not hurt.
I watched the replay.
Watch it again
many times.
I want you to watch it again and tell me his shoulder's not hurt.
He got straight up planted it. Well, first of all, you can't really see exactly how he hits the ground.
It's right on his shoulder.
You can think like, okay, it looks like he lands on his side somewhere. It might be his shoulder. It might be his ribs.
It was his shoulder.
I was excited to see Jameis out there, and also Jameis Winston got his leading second quarterback save.
Yes, he was
another save,
and he didn't throw an interception. He didn't fumble. He looked ridiculous though on that 1st and goal. They had like 8 plays from like the 5-yard line. He was just floundering around, getting sacks and everything. So yeah.
Also,
it was a fun game.
Sean Payton's going to be so mad at the NFL because Schefter had a report this morning saying that the NFL was about to come down with unprecedented fines on the Saints for not taking COVID seriously. Mm-hmm. So Sean Payton is going to be on an all-time fuck you revenge tour against Roger Goodell.
Yes.
It sucks for the Saints that Drew got hurt because I think the Saints had flipped a switch. I think Sunday night was a switch flipping game, and the Saints do this every year where they just go on an insane run after figuring it all out. I think that they were in that position right now. They were going to be like far and away the best team in the NFC. No doubt about it.
Their defense still played great. Their defense shut down the Niners after the Niners had a drive to start the game down the field, and then the defense kind of picked it up. So they get the win there. But yeah, I think Drew Brees' shoulder's hurt.
Also, the
His
49ers
shoulder was already hurt.
49ers 2 muff punts didn't help. Muff punt is one of those things that I know it's not sexual, but it really sounds sexual.
Yes, and the returner who has the green hair, you can't have green hair and muff a punt.
It was a quarter green. It was an all-time like that guy is cool as hell. If you got that haircut and then you scored like 2 return touchdowns, you're like, that guy's the swaggiest dude in the entire world.
Yes.
But if you muff 2 punts with the green hair, you got to get rid of the green hair.
I'm watching a replay, by the way, right now, and he's doing this where he can't use his shoulder.
Well, he probably
his shoulder's hurt.
No, I think he got the wind knocked out of him.
His shoulder was already hurt.
He got the wind knocked out of him.
He was already on the injury report for his shoulder.
Okay.
I think his shoulder's hurt. And I would be nervous if I were the Saints.
So there's a real good chance that he broke ribs and also hurt his shoulder.
Yeah, but the shoulder's the one I'd be a lot more worried about. Like, that's the thing. It's the ribs. If he hurt just his ribs, I'd be like, okay, fine, whatever. A few weeks, he'll be back. The shoulder is something that's a big, big injury.
Yeah.
So I'm worried, too. I want to see Drew Brees still play. Just because I think he's washed doesn't mean I don't enjoy watching him play. Mm-hmm. I really thought it when Jameis was floundering on that goal line situation. It's like, it'd be perfect for Drew Brees to come back in, just throw a quick pass to Michael Thomas and get another touchdown.
Captain Slant. Yeah.
It would have been like 2 seconds, and he would have done it. But his shoulder's hurt. Maybe we'll see Taysom Hill, too. They did have Taysom Hill in there like a bunch. Who do the Saints have next? Because Jameis, like on prime time, give me Jameis prime time.
Let's see.
Give me Jameis prime time, please.
The Saints have... Jake's going to beat us to it. Jake is
great
at Googling.
Get it, Jake.
You're like a top 5 Googler that I've ever met, Jake.
Get it, Jake.
You're so fast.
Get it, Jake.
If you say so. Falcons, home versus Falcons.
Okay, so James can win that.
And then at Broncos.
James
and then at Falcons. And then Eagles.
James can win that. James can win
and
that.
then Chiefs Sweet 16.
James can win that.
James can win all.
Will they have
James
something
is
to play
back.
for?
Yeah.
James is back, baby.
I think Jameis is going to be favored in all those games.
James is back.
Ooh, Vikings Christmas Day.
Jameis.
Kirk Cousins is going to have a bad gingerbread hangover.
God, I wish the Saints were playing on on who's Thanksgiving night?
Ravens Steelers.
Damn, it would have been great to have Jameis then.
Yeah, but Ravens Steelers.
Have a nice conversation around Thanksgiving dinner about Jameis Winston.
It's Jameis and Big Ben.
Yes.
Texans, Lions, Washington football team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Cam just got rocked. Did they throw the flag?
Nope.
They hate calling that on Cam Newton.
Yep,
there they go.
All right, last game, Bengals Steelers. Big Ben's block was so funny. He just big-time business decision on that end around, and he goes out and he just stopped halfway.
There were a couple plays where Big Ben, you could see he gets tired during plays.
Yes.
So whether he's out like as the lead blocker on an end around, or there was one where he thought about running for a first down, but as he took his first 3 steps, he like looked at the first down marker. He's like, I can't do 8 more yards of this, and he threw a touchdown pass instead. He's like, I'm just getting rid of the ball.
Yes. The Steelers' defense was awesome. Joe Burrow was running for his life. He got hit 13 times. T. Higgins was great, but yeah, this game was like kind of a who cares?
Why did they keep Joe Burrow in the game at the end of it?
I don't know.
There's no good – like, he was getting his ass kicked out there.
Yeah.
I
mean, they're not, like, saving him for the playoffs.
Yeah, but I don't know. Zach Taylor – I don't know if Zach Taylor's coming back next year. Has Zach Taylor done anything to make you think, like, this guy is even frisky?
Yeah, they've had some frisky performances, but Zach Taylor, if he gets fired this year, which we never talk about another man's job, we don't want him to get fired.
Kids have to change schools.
He will be a trivia question that no one gets in 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who was the coach between Marvin Lewis and Hugh Jackson?
Probably Marvin Lewis again.
Yeah.
It'll be Marvin Lewis.
Had 2 stints with the Bengals. Who coached in between them?
This was the Steelers' 14th straight home victory against a quarterback who was drafted number 1 overall.
Whoa!
So it's basically like Carson Palmer and Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, that's a fun fact.
Yeah,
though.
And now Joe Burrow on that list.
But yeah, the Steelers are good. The Steelers are good. They're 9-0. Their schedule breaks nicely for them.
Big Ben's shoulder looks strong. His arm looks strong.
Yeah,
he was whipping it in there a few times. He's not jacking off anymore. He's like back to peak physical Ben performance.
By the way, that was so funny on Friday. Mike Tomlin was quoted as saying that Big Ben's knees are fine. And they never were a problem.
Yeah. And Big Ben, going into this week, he was like, I've got 2 injured knees, and I low-key have coronavirus. So
on the low.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to be pissed at Alex Smith, though.
What do you think's inside Mike Tomlin's skull? Did we do that already? I think he's just got a brain that's camouflaged in the salute to service design. Just a normal human brain.
It's a mini Mike Tomlin. It's actually the fake Mike Tomlin that used to be on the sidelines saluting to service.
Yes.
Inside Mike Tomlin's brain. But yeah, the Steelers are good. I don't know what else to say. Like, they're a good football team. They're a very good football team, actually. I should say they're very good. And it feels like it's a collision course between the Steelers and the Chiefs, which, saying that out loud right now, means the Steelers will lose in the playoff to – can the Jaguars get in? Because that would
they
be –
got their number.
Dolphins? Like,
to Blake.
Something stupid will happen to the Steelers if you think the Steelers are going to go to the Super Bowl.
I mean, I could see the Raiders beating the Steelers.
Well, that would be an old school.
Yeah, just because like
matchup.
we're gonna be more Pittsburgh than you are.
Yes.
That's what John Gruden and Mike Mayock are up to. They're building like Pittsburgh 2 out in the desert.
Yes, I like that. So, all right, that was all the games. Should we do football guy of the week real quick? Football guy of the week.
What do you think about your Bears tomorrow? Kyle Sloter revenge game.
Must win. Can't lose. I don't feel confident, but I will probably bet on them, and I will convince myself that they're going to win the game.
Also, it was very funny how Billy spent all this time on Friday and Saturday putting together a spreadsheet. He learned how to use Excel and was just hammering away at some formulas, putting together 6 different parlays that all had like a statistically insignificant chance of all losing. It was like, what do you say? It was like less than 1%.
It was
that they
crazy.
all lose, and then they all lost.
Yes, they all lost. He thought he did it. He thought he broke Vegas. He thought it was going to be bringing down the house, the Billy football version.
Yep.
All right, let's do football guy of the week. Then we're going to talk some Masters, some other stuff, and who's back on the other end. Football guy of the week presented by Phillips & Rocco One Blade, the only tool that can trim, edge, and shave any length of hair. It's November, and that means gift-giving season is coming up, which makes now a perfect time to pick up a specially marked One Blade Barstool pack nationwide, where you could win up to $1,000 to the Barstool store. Make sure, if you already have your Barstool One Blade, that you head to the Barstool store and use your credit. Also, keep tweeting us your funniest game day facial or body hair looks to @PardonMyTake using Trim It to Win It for a chance to win a special PMT experience. Your style made simply. Phillips & Rocco One Blade. So thank you to Phillips & Rocco One Blade. And our Phillips & Rocco One Blade Football Guy of the Week nominees are, Jake?
We will start things off with Raiders fullback Alec Ingold, who played versus the Broncos today, despite 2 fractured ribs, plus got a fullback assist.
Yes, he did.
Wisconsin tough.
That's right. He's a low man award winner.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. A pair of Iowa high school teams earlier this week, Ramsden St. Mary's and Montezuma. Do you guys see their final score?
Yeah, I think it's 7-on-7 or 8-on-8.
It's 8-on-8 football.
8-on-8, but still 108-94.
Now, is that football guy of the week?
No, I don't like it.
Points equal football guys.
No, wrong. That's Mickey Mouse football.
I send you guys this list in the afternoon.
Yeah, we don't look.
A real football guy would rather win.
I like to be
keeping them in.
surprised. I like to be surprised.
Well, I'm keeping them in.
All right, okay.
A real football guy would rather win 3-2
Yeah.
than 108-94.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. All right. Indiana head coach Tom Allen. ESPN did a graphic of his injuries while celebrating this year. Black eye, losing 2 front teeth.
Now this
pulled
is football
muscles
guy.
and a
Yes.
gash on his face.
Okay, that is football.
I also
guy.
think that this guy might just get into fights.
Yeah.
Just at night, and so he just says, "Oh no, that black eye, yeah, I got that celebrating a touchdown during the game."
Everything after a win for 24 hours counts as celebration for him.
Yes.
And then lastly, Lane Kiffin.
Oh,
I mean, if you didn't see
awesome.
this, after the Rebels scored a 91-yard touchdown late versus South Carolina, he threw his clipboard high into the air, and that's understating it.
Lane officially has his swagger back because when he's doing this shit, where he draws up a play that's so good that he knows it's going to be a touchdown before the ball's even thrown, nothing better.
Yeah, he loves that shit. And then he is really feeling himself because then he tweeted out, minus 12?
Minus 13.
Minus 13.
Yeah.
Showing that he acknowledged the cover, the meaningless cover. And so I expect Lane probably got a call from compliance about that
he deleted that one.
Yeah.
So, but those are our football guys of the week.
Which, I mean, that makes me want to bet on Lane Kiffin every single week. The fact that he is acknowledging and courting that type of...
He's always been a spread guy.
Yes.
Always been a spread guy. Always coached into the spread. All right, so Football Guy of the Week presented by Phillips & Norelco, One Blade. Go check out Phillips & Norelco, One Blade. Thank you, and then go vote. All right, before we do Who's Back of the Week, what about our friend Bryson DeChambeau, who called Augusta National a par 67?
Yeah, he said that was his goal, right? If he shot worse than a par 60. Big Cat, what did he end up shooting?
I think he was -3 on a par 72. So I think Whitney, our friend Ryan Whitney, said he was plus 18.
Plus 18 on the weekend, not great. Didn't make the cut even.
Didn't make the cut. Yeah, that was hilarious that he... And then, of course, he did I don't feel good. My tummy hurts. I feel dizzy. I don't have COVID. I got tested. He definitely got tested for coronavirus like 17 times.
Yeah.
Like, do it again. Run it again.
There's got to be another reason why.
I'm going to run it until I get a false negative.
Yeah, but when I have corona, I tend to hit the ball out of bounds. I tend to not be able to see my balls anymore. That was so funny when he was looking for his balls in the rough.
Yeah.
And then he asked the rules official, he's like, "Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean that I get a stroke penalty if I can't find my ball?"
Yes,
that doesn't make any sense to me.
That was actually the end of it for him. Like he was that moment when his ball plugged and he couldn't find it and he took the penalty. From that moment on, he was a head case. Dustin Johnson won course record -20. He was awesome. It's crazy that he's such a good golfer and he's the world's #1 that he hadn't won a Masters yet. So credit to him that everyone got really horny when he cupped Paulina's ass afterwards.
Yeah,
which was nice.
It's going to be interesting seeing what they serve at the Masters dinner next year. What is a guy like Dustin Johnson? Yeah, just an 8-ball and a pack of Camel Blues for everyone.
The golf post golf is the horniest Twitter gets, like old man horny.
Well, because you've been staring at dudes for nothing but like 3.5 hours.
And a hot wife
and then it's
shows
like,
up.
oh, there's one attractive woman. We all turn into the horny wolf that starts kicking our leg on the ground with the air horn. Our tongues roll out onto the table like the typewriter spool that dings when it hits the ground.
The horniest that Twitter gets. So yeah, it was a good tournament. Weird timing. Like it was so weird that it ended at 5:30 every day because of the obviously the sun, that goddamn sun. And Brooks, not great, but he finished 7th. He was like
Brooks
9
played
under.
well.
He was coming back from injury, dude. What else you want?
He played well on one leg.
You know who played better than Bryson?
I mean, on one leg, that if he had 2 healthy legs, I think he runs away with this. He sets another course record.
Easily. If his hip is feeling good, it's a no-doubter.
He was looking strong, too.
Yep, looking real strong. But yeah, it was fun to have the Masters on. I don't really know what else to say other than Tiger, that fucking 3 times in the water. Whew,
that was rough.
That was really bad.
There were just a few holes just
relatable,
absolutely very relatable. I mean, it was like last year. What was it on 13 when it was Tiger catching up to who's the Italian guy that choked it away?
Francesco Molinari.
Molinari. Yeah, everybody was just
stay with your hands,
dunking their balls on hole 13. It's always fun to watch the pros do that.
I also didn't realize. I learned this week that Jordan Spieth is just not good at golf anymore.
No, he sucks. He was good for like 3 years.
Yeah.
which ended in 2017. Now he stinks. Rory actually, Rory was playing the best golf out of everybody at the end of the day on Sunday.
Yeah.
If it was one round longer, I think that Rory
ran out
McIlroy
of
would
time.
have won the Masters.
He got the big cat jinx bump because I tweeted on Friday morning I could beat Rory right now after he went into the drink. Mm-hmm. And then from that point on, I think he was minus 25.
No, he had a shitty first round.
Yes.
But besides that, he was lights out.
Yeah.
And people forget just how short Rory is.
Yes.
Rory's like I think he's 5'7", 5'8".
Is
Real
he?
short guy.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Pretty sure.
5'7"?
5'9".
5'9".
Real
Oof.
short guy.
Tough.
That's what he's listed at, so you know that he's 5'8".
Yeah, that's probably true. All right, let's do Who's Back of the Week, and we will wrap up our Monday show. Hank, you want to start? Who's Back of the Week?
Sure, my Who's Back of the Week is this league.
Yeah?
Okay. NBA draft is this Wednesday.
Yeah, we should. We're going to have a preview on Wednesday.
Snuck up on everyone. Anthony Davis today. He declined his $28.7 million player option, but he's now an unrestricted free agent.
Bulls?
What?
Thinking Bulls? No, he's just.
He hates LeBron.
No, he was. This is,
and then James
he was
Harden.
Do it anyway.
Okay.
No, he wants out.
Yeah.
That's how I interpreted that tweet. Russell Westbrook wants out of Houston, so it's just like the same song, different dance with Russell Westbrook. And James Harden apparently wants to come to Brooklyn and play with the Nets.
God,
which
that
would be a complete disaster.
It would
Yeah, what
destroy
the
the
hell?
entire. Yeah, that's not going to
They
work.
wouldn't even be a super team. It would just be like I saw a couple tweets afterwards. It was like James Harden wants to come to Brooklyn, and then it was like nothing specific or real sources, but it was like I'm reading the tea leaves here. James Harden wants to come to Brooklyn. Kyrie doesn't want James Harden, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone just doesn't want to play for the Rockets anymore.
I think it's just Russell Westbrook no one wants
But Russell Westbrook is going to get traded too, right? Or
Yeah,
no?
James Harden is probably
Chris
just done.
Paul's going to get traded as well.
Yeah, he did get traded.
He got
He's
traded
on the
officially.
Suns.
That's right. That's right. Has he been sucked off yet?
He's not officially on the team.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We
He's like
need
the head of the.
Let
he's
me
the
know
head
when
of
he
the-
gets a blowjob.
He's the
with
head of the
7 his
NFL,
teammates.
whatever. Like I feel like he's a narc in that
NBA
in that type of
PA.
settings. Like he's not a player. He's like a narc. You can't really. can't do that type of
No,
stuff with him.
disagree, dude. How are you going to have the Suns, the bubble Suns, the hottest team in the world, have Chris Paul come on and not get his nut off with the boys, with the fellas? Team camaraderie.
How do you bring that up to them? Like, if you're Chris Paul, you're joining the team for the first day.
No,
and you're
I-
like, when is this like a part of my onboarding
I
process?
think Devin Booker I think he makes it not awkward and just says it like, hey, dude, hope you're ready to get sucked off.
She's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Frank's in there. You're after him. All right. That's it.
For who's back?
Who's back?
Yeah,
Did you enjoy
Okay.
the slate today, Hank?
it was all right. Listen, I'm not gonna get into semantics about it. Like in theory, I will always take a slate like this versus a slate like 7 or 8 and 3.
That's not like what it's up to, though.
Yeah, it is.
No.
I'm looking at the numbers. You're talking about specifics and he said, she said type deal.
So you're saying that you prefer this slate over the 3 afternoon games,
Yes.
which I agree with.
Yes.
Yeah, 3.
Thank you,
I said
PFT.
3 sucks.
Good take, Hank.
4
Thank
is
you.
perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hank's
You've also
right.
tried to you tried to like make it like a argument that I don't want football. You're like, more football? He doesn't want more football? It's still the same amount. It's just how you
You want to taper
present
off.
it.
You don't
Yes.
want football all day.
Yes.
Real football.
The
wants football
witching
all
hour
day.
is a sacred time.
So you get
that
2.
should
You
not,
get
no,
double witching
There was
hours.
not double
Yes, it
witching hour.
was.
There was no first witching hour. There absolutely
Well,
was
that's
not.
what I'm saying. It's a he said, she said.
Right.
You're just talking
no.
specifics to the
People
games,
know
but-
that if they watched those first games, did not produce a witching hour. The witching hour is a sacred time in our Sunday afternoons where all chaos reigns
But
supreme.
it doesn't always happen.
Yes, it does because there's 8 games. There's something crazy happens when there's 8 games.
I do think that it was
then you
actually
have to
it
deal with
wasn't
3
very
games.
COVID safe of the NFL to have double witching hours, which extended the amount of time that people were staying at bars today.
Yeah.
You basically had to be in a bar for 8 hours.
Hank, you don't care about the gamblers. That's your problem because you don't give them enough of an out when there's 6 games late.
Well, what do you
imagine
mean?
if you had
Gamblers bet responsibly.
Imagine if you had the Cardinals.
Yeah,
Or
I did.
if you had the Cardinals minus 2.5 and there's only 1 game left. Come on, man. Come on. That's crazy.
My who's back of the week is the Patriots. I'm surprised Hank didn't take the Patriots. Not as big of a fan as you think you
Well,
are.
we talked
sometimes.
about it at the beginning.
We
of the
did
show.
talk about it at the
Patriots are
beginning.
back big time. My other who's back of the week is giant coats on quarterbacks on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
I always like the giant coach season. Aaron Rodgers broke one out today. It didn't hit the same when it's not Tom Brady wearing his prescription coat.
Yeah.
That is like
double pads.
Yeah, it's the width of 4 normal coats. It sucks that he's in Tampa and probably won't play. Let's see, is he going to play any cold weather games? Probably not. So we're probably not going to get Tom Brady coat season. But I do like it when quarterbacks just go on the sidelines and they disappear into the coat, and then when they get out of the coat is almost better when they just like shrug it off their shoulders, and it looks like they're a knight like stepping off of a stallion ready to go into war.
Steam coming out of it.
Yeah.
All right, my who's back of the week is the Wisconsin Badgers. They're all the way back, and Jim Harbaugh is dunzo. That was sad.
We don't celebrate that.
No, we don't celebrate it because I do like Jim Harbaugh.
Where's he gonna go?
Poor Rich Eisen. Sucks that game was on national television. Everyone could watch it. I don't know where he's going to go.
Broncos.
Bears. I'd take him on the Bears. But it's always bad when you have, during the game on Saturday night, Rich Rod was trending.
Oh, that's tough.
Because Michigan fans were like, we'd rather have Rich Rod.
Yeah, Rich Rod, Brady Hope.
That's bad when that's trending. So, yeah, that was a tough one for Michigan. And then I don't know what I'm going to do next Saturday because Wisconsin plays Northwestern, and I don't want to live in a world where Ravel.
It's not happening.
No,
he's
it's not.
so annoying, and I don't care about. Like that's the thing is like if Wisconsin beats Northwestern, I don't care. I'm not gonna tweet him. I don't give a fuck. He's gonna. I might block him. I might just fucking block him.
Well, he's gonna set up a bet that you don't know about, and he's gonna be like, "Big Cat said that he's gonna run a 10K if Northwestern wins," and you're gonna be like, "Excuse me."
Jesus Christ, that's gonna be the worst. All right, Jake, you got a who's back?
Yeah,
let's do it.
In the Hunt graphic.
Yep.
This is the first week I saw it. Mm-hmm. The Bears were right up top.
Yeah, they were.
Right at home.
Yeah, they were.
It's great. The In the Hunt is so... I love how universal it is.
Yeah. Who's in the hunt now?
The Washington
Patriots.
Football team.
Yep, Patriots are.
They got losing his pinky.
That's right.
Fuck, I forgot I added them.
And you know what? You also added every NFC East team.
Yeah, my goodish Giants. Fuck. I don't know how I added 5 teams.
You got bullied into it.
No one can ever mention the COVID thing again. 5 teams? That's too many teams. And I have to get a tattoo if Drew Brees wins the Super Bowl.
What if Jameis wins the Super Bowl?
Don't. I said I didn't.
I'll get a tattoo just out of fun for that.
No, I said that if Drew Brees wins the Super Bowl, I'll get a tattoo of whatever number of touchdowns he ends up with.
Yeah, when it comes to Jameis, though, I think I just might be so excited.
I would probably get
a tattoo voluntarily.
That'd just be fun.
Yeah.
All right, let's do numbers.
18.
It's 8 again.
Oh, by the way,
we're going 8.
I think I said it at the end of Friday.
10.
But 52 is our
47.
first three-peat.
47.
Friday.
Is it a dynasty?
47.
47. Big Cat's a big Chelsea Clinton fan. What is this?
1.
1?
Wow.
1?
So basic.
Wow.
Real basic.
It is, I believe, a first timer.
Interesting. All right, animal fact. You don't have one?
I've never had
I'm just going to Google animal fact. Fun.
You know that if you put
Animal
your
fact.
finger up a skunk's butt, it can't spread?
You know a frog's G-spot is in its stomach? Ducks love to surf.
Woo! There we go.
That's pretty cool.
Love you guys.
There we go.
coming for you anyway. You can shine away. Well, I'll be coming for you anyway. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone. It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.